Hope you are doing well. Today, horror incident about unseen entity or demon. This is the story of John, who says that his mother's side of the family was very poor. Their grandfather had died when all his children were young. Their grandmother raised them with great effort, and society didn't provide much support. It was tough to raise children while working hard in various places. They often had to move houses and live in rented homes because they didn't have stable work or wages. His grandmother moved into one house that was haunted. It was an old mud house from ancient times, typical in villages and small towns. People used to sleep in the backyard, and the rooms had very basic amenities. It was a big relief when they got this house at a low rent. But there was always a feeling that something was strange. Summer started, and due to the hot weather, everyone slept in the backyard. One night, his younger aunt, his mother's younger sister, who was around 6 years old, woke up and needed to go to the bathroom. It was downstairs. She asked her mother to go with her. As they were going down, the younger sister heard a loud noise of a cow from behind the wall. She was scared and ran back to her mother, hugging her tightly. Her mother took her into the room, and she slept. The next morning, the younger aunt had marks on her face, like scratches, and had red eyes. Everyone was terrified. She recounted hearing a loud noise of a cow, and then the scratches appeared mysteriously. The children became convinced that the house was haunted. The elder uncle, his mother's brother, dismissed these fears, calling them silly, and insisted there was nothing wrong. But the younger children of the grandmother were scared and avoided going alone anywhere in the house. They always stayed close to each other and were careful. The elder brother's relaxed attitude didn't change much. He believed the children were just imagining things and that there was no real danger. Eventually, a decision was made that the children should no longer go alone or do any work in that part of the house. One night, the mother told the children to bring something from upstairs, but the children refused out of fear. The mother insisted, but none of the children were willing to go. The eldest son, trying to show bravery, scolded the children, saying that there was nothing to fear, and decided to go upstairs himself. As he climbed the stairs, he heard a sound like bangles breaking. He paused and heard the sound again. When he looked down, he saw a broken bangle under his foot. Confused, he continued up the stairs but kept hearing bangles breaking underfoot. Upon reaching the top, he saw more broken bangles scattered around. He was puzzled but didn't mention anything and came back down, making up an excuse to the others. That night, when he lay down to sleep, he started hearing bangles again, this time coming from under his pillow. He sat up, found nothing, and lay down again, only for the sound to return. This continued, and he grew more frightened. He checked the pillow again and found bangles there, which weren't there before. He heard bangles in his pocket too, and he was very afraid. Terrified, he finally admitted, "Okay, I understand there's something here. Please forgive me. I accept that I was wrong. Please forgive me." He pleaded for forgiveness with tears in his eyes, and after much difficulty and regret, he managed to sleep. From that night on, the disturbances reduced significantly, although strange incidents still occurred occasionally. The family decided to sleep together in one room, locking the door at night to keep themselves safe. Despite the occasional strange feeling, they managed to live there for a few more days without major incidents. One night, the mother heard the noise of anklets and went outside the room to check. She saw a girl wearing a beautiful dress and jewelry. The sound of her anklets jingled. The girl moved towards the backyard. She noticed that the girl looked exactly like the eldest daughter. The mother thought that her daughter might have gone mad, wearing clothes and walking around the house in such a manner. They followed her to the balcony, and there they saw the girl standing at the edge. They called out to her, "What are you doing here?" She turned around, and it was indeed their daughter. But her expression was blank and strange. The girl was beautiful, wearing fine jewelry, and she looked at them intensely. After a few minutes, she spoke, "I am not your daughter." The mother ran away and went downstairs and saw her daughter, who was sleeping, and closed the door. After this strange encounter, they decided to leave the house as soon as possible. They packed up and moved out, unwilling to stay any longer in a place filled with such strange occurrences. It's my advice, if you ever visit, remember to be careful around the river and the forest. For the spirits there are hungry for fear, or always inquire about the house before moving. Keep yourself and others safe from any type of scary activity. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.